Hello, hello, and welcome everybody. JB here with JB's RCs. Thanks for stopping by. Got a great running video for you coming at you today. This is the Redcat Ascent. Very nice RTR. I know they did come out with a fusion version of this, which I was actually a little upset about because it was after I had already done most of the upgrades that they had to the new one myself to the old one. But I do love this rig. Very capable, fun to drive. Very few modifications really to get it to where it is. We're out at Cotton's RC Village and Adventure. Great, amazing, and fun spot to go. It is a couple-hour drive from where I live, but I don't care. And it is super hot out. Being summer in Florida, I also don't care because it is so much fun. And there is just oodles and oodles of lines to pull. You could be there for an entire day, 10 hours straight probably, and not even hit every spot that you would want to hit. But as far as upgrades go, as you can see, I removed the rear, so there's no bed on it, it's just the cab. I did a Velcro mount system on there, so it's just mounted on the sides where the doors are on each side, with a little piece of Velcro on the inside. Works pretty well. Had to adjust it a few times to get it to work perfectly, but it's working great. I did take the springs, the outer springs off the shocks. I know that a lot of people took the inner springs out, but they're the ones that help it travel the most. The outer springs were very short, so I took those out. I still wanted to keep as much travel as I could, but soften them up just a touch. Other than that, we went ahead and moved the battery up to the front. So I took the battery tray off completely from the rear there. The rear chassis brace I also took off completely. It's got a nice thick steel chassis on there. It's not a C-channel, it's a straight one, but it's real thick and stiff. So very little flexibility. Didn't need that brace back there. It just looked funny as well. Took that off. And we put a Fusion SE 1800 in there. A hobby wing, very nice. Really helps it with the slow crawls and the slow ascents is one of the biggest things with those Fusion motors. If you have trouble going downhill at a steady, slow pace, try a Fusion, my friends. You will be blown away. Other than that, I did put some brass portal covers on the front, just the front axle, and some metal bead locks. Those are the SSD slot wheels on there, 1.9 metal bead locks. And then for tires, I put the J Concepts Ruptures on there. Those are the 475 size Ruptures, green compound, and running stock foams in those. I did vent the tires as I do most of my tires. I like a good squish on there, so I do vent them. Just know that when you do vent, you will get water and stuff in your tires, guys, so be careful with that. If you're running regular foams, it will deteriorate your foams really fast if they're wet. And it's a little bit more difficult to obviously get the water out of there unless you take them apart. One thing I have found is if you take the tire off and you attach it to what I use is a Dremel, but be careful. Put it on my Dremel tool, and then I turn on the Dremel tool, and the rotation, because of the speed of the Dremel, it actually will, centrifugal force will push the water out through the little holes that you put in the tire. Some people like to vent the rims. That would involve, again, drilling the metal, because I like my metal bead locks to really hold the tire well and give that little extra weight there. But if you do vent them on the inside like that on the rim, it is almost impossible to get all the water out unless you take the tire apart completely every time to dry it. So I do vent my tires themselves, the rubber. I do 4 holes. I use a leather punch. That's something that I learned. I was trying to drill before, and it would just burn the rubber, and then I was trying to use kind of a nail punch, and that didn't work. It just ripped the rubber. But I found that a leather punch really works well. I have one that has 4 different settings on it as well for sizes. So my smaller tires, I can use a smaller hole, and the bigger tires, I can use a little bigger of a hole. So if you guys are interested in doing that, just grab yourself a leather punch. They're not crazy expensive, and they work fantastic. So yeah, other than that, like I said, batteries moved up to the front, got that Fusion SE, little brass on the front, metal bead locks and tires. I do run 3S lipo, and I am still running the stock servo in this, which that it came with, the Hexfly. It's a very nice servo and works very well, even with the extra weight and stuff I have in there in the front. Steering is no problem at all. So it performs quite well. Not crazy comp style. It's not a LCG chassis or anything like that, but it is a little bit shorter of a wheelbase as well, but it really works nicely. And I think, I'm pretty sure, I'm so sorry to forget about this, but I have some spacers on there as well. 5mm brass spacers on the wheels, just to get it a little bit wider, because it does have the portals on it, so a little bit more width gets a little more stable, because the portals do set it up a little higher. But as you can see, it's pretty fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I appreciate you stopping by and listening to me ramble on about my trucks all the time. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and smash that notification button. And we'll see you next time. Get out there and have some fun.